Jenn Pedranti isn't budging when it comes to defending her man. In this first part of the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion, Jenn came under fire for sticking by her fiancé copyright Ryan Boyajian after he was named in a federal investigation about a gambling scheme. He was never actually indicted and was granted full immunity in the case. As Jenn's castmates grilled her about Ryan's specific involvement in the case, she insisted that Ryan was never in trouble with the feds. "I knew this article was coming, we were told," she said, referring to the story that broke the news. "When it came out, I felt like, this is on me, because if I wasn't sitting on this couch, he wouldn't have been mentioned." Emily Simpson, however, said she had done her research into the lawsuit and maintained that Ryan was involved. "I feel badly that you think the reason that he's being implicated is because something you did, and that's not true," Emily told Jenn. "But he is not involved in Matt's bookie business at all, never has been," Jenn replied. Growing frustrated, Emily pushed, saying, "That's not true." Because Ryan was granted immunity in the case, the ladies pointed out that he had to have been able to provide information about his knowledge of the scheme. According to the news, Ryan was allegedly wired $16 million in stolen money, which went towards supporting his best friend Matthew Boyer's gambling addiction. He never testified, Jenn said, later explaining, "The reason, defendant, made use that bank account is because he could only bank through B of A. He did not have a B of A account, so he used that account. Ryan's name was on the account, that was the mistake." After hearing this, Gina Kirschenheiter chimed in to express her concern for Jenn, especially because Ryan financially supports much of her life. "I get nervous for you because I don't want you on those planes and in those hotel rooms that have anything to do with those people," Gina said to Jenn. "He's not being charged with anything," Jenn doubled down. When Emily said Jenn's story did not add up with what she had read in the news, Jenn snapped back and said, "And I've read your in-laws fund your whole life. At the end of the day, I would just have more respect for you and Ryan if you just said, you know what, he's made some bad choices, he's going to be on the straight and narrow," Emily began. "I don't owe you that because he hasn't," Jenn interrupted. Emily then questioned whether Ryan still had his mortgage license. Setting Jenn off, "You love to do this," Jenn shouted. "I don't ask you, how many cases does Shane have? You do this Tammy-winded thing where you have to stand by your man and sometimes you just need to be accountable and say, you know what, he made some bad choices," Emily continued. Jenn stood her ground, saying, "I am being accountable. I'm very accountable." The Real Housewives of Orange County airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. ET/PT on Bravo.